Get off the sidelines and take control of your financial future at www.tackletrading.com. Get in the game.
Matt Justice here for Tackle Train to bring you the market recap video for Monday, I believe we now are in August 3rd. Man, how time absolutely flies when you're having fun in the stock market. Well, let's first start with the stock market and its reaction today. Obviously, the week got off to a little bit of a rocky start to a certain extent with the big down day today, down right around 1%, down about 16 points so far in the marketplace. We still got about an hour and a half before the market closes. And you know what? A lot of the movement we saw today was right here, coming in about 11:30, Eastern Standard Time, and you just started the market really start to lose some steam here. Obviously, it couldn't maintain anything in the overnight hours, given what's happening in the European markets, given what's happening in the Chinese markets, and so it couldn't really pick up any steam. And obviously, it's starting to come down a little bit there on the 15-minute chart. If we switch this out to a daily chart, though, a lot of convoluted signals here. You're right in the middle of support resistance. Anybody's guess is as good as mine this week in the marketplace, but I do not expect anything crazy this week in the market in terms of breaking long-term support levels. However, I do have a slightly bearish bias in the market right now. Just given the fact that I think this retracement up here that we had towards the later end of the week is kind of slowing down a little bit. We do have some economic reports we need to concern ourselves with. For example, ISM manufacturing came out this morning at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Another miss for the manufacturing report. The forecast was 53.6, came in at 52.7. Anything above 50 is an expansion in manufacturing, but it's starting to get a little concerning when it comes to looking at our economic reports out there and seeing how many of them are struggling to a certain extent. If you're looking at kind of how that impacted the marketplace today, that's right here in this range right here. The ISM manufacturing report came out and really was the catalyst that started driving this behavior to the downside. And again, that was an economic report that we saw today that was not very good, to be honest with you. Later on this week, we have another non-manufacturing report from the ISM. We also have trade balance coming on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have the unemployment claims, which is a weekly economic report, and on Friday we have the probably the second or third most important economic report is the unemployment rate that comes in on Friday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's certainly a market driver. Central bank policy statements. We have the Australians on Tuesday. We have the British on Thursday announcing monetary policy, and then we have the Japanese on Thursday night as well announcing monetary policy. So we should see some movement in the markets based on some central banking policy out there. Now, to see a couple other things that are out there in the market, I did find a couple things interesting today in the market. First, Apple's kind of getting beat up right now, obviously down around 118 right now, and down 2.37% today already, breaking some major support levels right at 120, and I feel that's a very important support level. It's going to be interesting to see what happens at the 120 level, whether we're a buyer or we're a seller in this. It's really hard to buy into this type of price action. We'd really need to have something go up in response to something like this, something above 120 again. I just found it kind of a little bit funny that we're starting to see some of these major companies really test some very important price levels. For example, if we look at, say, the 200-day simple moving average, in terms of kind of just the pricing out there. Let's switch this to let's go green. Let's do a green color. There we go, green color right there. Push OK, and let's go with a width of 2 there. Push OK, and then apply. As you can see here, the 200-day moving average is this green line. Apple just got underneath that 200-day moving average. That is very concerning for the largest market cap, $685 billion market cap company. I do not see this as a positive getting under that 200-day moving average. It cannot buy this underneath the 200-day moving average, not until we find some type of bottom here. But if it gets back up above that 200-day moving average, we have seen, these levels be tested in the past. They get right back up above that level, but I do not see that as a positive sign right now. Oil, on the other hand, also kind of getting hammered today, down 4%. My brother Tim's commodities report, this is why we do the reports over there at Tackle Trading, guys. He went short on oil right into this range. That is literally about a 24% clip in oil since Tim called that on a bearish side. And quite frankly, with waning demand out there, increasing supply, look for oil to plunge even further, down about 45.2 right now. I'm looking forward to test these 42 levels, and if it gets underneath 42, 42 and a half, that could be something, a shorting opportunity out there. The dollar index not doing anything so far today, up, honestly, close to nothing. It's really kind of just hanging out. Although I do, and a lot of that is due to the economic data that we got with the ISM report today. I do like the dollar longer term though right now, and I'll tell you, quite frankly, it's basically due to the other markets out there, the Chinese markets, European markets. They're all very struggling right now, and so I do think the dollar has some potential out there. Looking at silver here, kind of finding a little bit of a base here, down 2% so far today, sitting right around 14.5, and look for that to press lower as well. Gold here doing the exact same, around 1085. Look for that to press lower. This is forming a little bit of a low base. The exact same thing with silver, and the euro dollar here underneath that 110 barrier. Anything underneath 110, I'm more than likely short on something. The euro, which I currently am. Looking at some of the international markets here. This is a Chinese market, still getting absolutely pummeled. No end in sight there. The Japanese market, really kind of forming what we call a flag pattern. It's going to be curious to see if it can break this little trend line on the downside here. Here's the Brazilian market ETF. The Brazilian market is obviously in a staunch, heavy downtrend as their economy is really struggling right now. Here is the Vanguard International Equity Index in a short-term downtrend, as you can see here. Longer term, a little bit of a neutrality, but we'll have a slightly bearish bias on the international indexes. The emerging markets getting slaughtered, i.e. the European index really forming a kiss of death pattern after a head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, kiss of death type scenario right there. That's shortable on the European market index. On the German market index, showing very similar as well. And then the Greeks. What are we going to say about the Greeks? They opened up their banks. Their market's getting slaughtered right now. And no, not everything they agreed to the other day is perfectly fine. Look for a lot of volatility out of the international markets, ladies and gentlemen. There's always going to be opportunities above, below, sideways, neutral, bullish, bearish. We got to find those opportunities out there in the marketplace. And there's going to be great bullish trades. There's going to be great bearish trades. Check out the scouting reports we put out there this week. This is the market recap for the week of, or the day of Monday, August 3rd, 2015. My name is Matt Justice. I'm a coach over there at Tackle Trading. Go over there to Tackle Trading. Check out all the cool things we're doing over there, from the coaches shows to the scouting reports to the market recap videos to the 5-star rated Trading Justice podcast. Getting out there, changing people's lives one trade at a time. That's how we do it over there at Tackle Trading.
Get off the sidelines and take control of your financial future at www.tackletrading.com. Get in the game.